Hi, it's David here, and thank you for joining this podcast. What I want to do over the next few minutes is just to give you a rundown and an insight into Bletchley Tyres and Cars. This is a local business, you probably all know it, it's on the Buckingham Road in Bletchley. And Steve came to me looking for a website for his new business. He just moved in and he just wanted to be able to set up new services, to be able to bring on board tyre services and a range of other automobile and renovation and painting services that he wanted to provide in his garage. So it was a very interesting project, this, because Steve really didn't want to invest a whole lot of money on his website, particularly automating payment systems or online bookings, etc. What he wanted to do was to use the website as an online brochure that would encourage people to then phone him and make appointments and set up meetings, what have you, to be able to service his car from there. So that's what we did. I developed what the workflow would look like for him and put in place all the content and the words and the images and the videos for this website. So it was quite a complicated piece of work, not least because of the car sales, the tools that we needed to put in place on that one. What we didn't want to do was to really put in place online payment systems. I think that was something that was going to come down further down the line once his business had been established a little bit more and was proven to be more proven use for the website. But having said that, Steve was getting consistently high volume ratings after 6 months using the website, and I want to be able to do now is just to run through the structure of it and to be able to just say what I did. So here you see the flowing images. That's quite clearly tools that we can develop within the website. But in terms of the website structure, it was a home page that gives a general overview of his business, the tyres that he was retailing, and the time that the client would have from scratch to be able to order tyres. So it would be on a very much a same day basis. Now this is a local site that I've set up on my computer, so these features aren't activated at the moment. But you can see here a segmentation of the tyres from budget tyres all the way up through to premium tyres, really using all the content off the internet for the images here. He really wanted to use the word cheap tyres in Milton Keynes to really get people on board. That's fine. We really wanted to do some information for people who were buying tyres in terms of information, and to be able to give an overview of what the tyre fitting facilities were like in his shop as well, and you can see that here. Related services, yes, tyres, car servicing, MOTs, brake pads, etc. That would all then flow down into his navigation tool, and what we've got here is our footer where you see the navigation and the services that he's got here with the services, the car sales, what have you. So that's the car tyres. The car services, the structure is somewhat the same. Car services in Milton Keynes, and you can see here that we've got our price lists all put together. That's nice and easy to be able to understand, and each service would then be cascaded within that particular page that would define just exactly what the features of services were, to be able to call or email for an MOT, a quote or a booking, and that would replicate all the way through as I've said. And here's car services in Bletchley. You can see the oil and filter change, annual services, and it's a dynamic website as well, in as much as there's plenty going on in terms of expansion of numbers. There's various headers and footers and all sorts of things on each page moving around. It just makes it a little bit more interesting for the actual viewer of the website. Smart repairs, Steve's really great. He did some work on my car, and this is all about scuffs and repairing things like hubcaps, the tyres, the wheels, any body work that may be required. So again, phone up, make an appointment is very much playing to what I said before. We've got here a page on car sales, and you can see here that we put in 2 car cars for sale to start off with. And what was interesting here was we used fairly smart techniques under the bonnet here, so to speak, in terms of the plugins to be able to use to be able to describe the cars in terms of the various features that we would have, in terms of what type of fuel would it be, the year, the engine size, etc., the conditions, and again, you know, to be able to book a test drive for the car. So mileage 77,000 miles in this particular instance, but you know, you can see here that you can press on a car and it comes up with the individual details for the individual car, you know, according to the key criteria. Now these are very much the features that you would see on a very sophisticated garage or car retail website. So again, we can do this fairly inexpensively for small businesses, and you know, just do what we need to be able to do. There's a blog site here as well, a news that Steve would want to be able to put together occasionally. And because this is just a starting website, I've got this work here that I did for Steve. You know, the fact that everything can be seen on the different mobile. But I also did a video for him as well, so that you can see here.
My name is Steve Spicer. I am the owner and manager of Bletchley Tyre and Car. I live in Bletchley and have brought up my family in the town. I'm also a well-known and trusted local businessman with many years' experience of service.
Anyway, you get the gist in terms of the video. That only took me half an hour to do with Steve, along with the photographs of his, you know, painting, his changing tyres, etc. And it was really intended to add a lot of credibility and tailor the website to Steve, rather than just bog standard photographs that you can get off the web, which I don't really think is appropriate for a small business. So description about why us. Again, you know, there's a video that does that. I think that's really just a replay of the one that I just showed you. So it just shows that you can, you know, create assets that you can use on your website, but also you can use for your social media and any Google websites that you've got as well. A little bit out on the formatting here is just because it's a local server that I'm using rather than fully online. But you can see here that I've got the Google Maps as well that we can expand and contract as we need to, with Steve's shop in the corner there that I'm sure you know where he hangs out. So that's it. You know, it took me maybe about 2 weeks to be able to turn this website around, so I can do that for you, whether you're a garage, whether you're a gardener, whether you've got a small business doing repairs, an electrician for example. Much of the principles that you see here can readily be replicated. So if you've got any questions, please give me a call or get in contact via the website. Thank you. Bye now.